Hello, everybody. So, welcome to another episode of Unisharks podcast. Sorry, it's been a minute, but today it is I, Lemon Shark. I'm going to be hosting today's episode. Today, I'm joined by the wonderful Hammerhead Shark and the wonderful Mako Shark.
Wonderful.
And yeah, so today we'll start off with the meme of the week. So, I will describe the meme. So, since I'm the one that discovered it, can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
So, I found this reel on Instagram where this guy's reenacting the fights that go on in like um, boys' bathrooms. You have like the one kid that's like all chill, and then also another kid just comes in, causes chaos, and then there's a kid like screaming on the toilet, and another person like blasting music and recording. It's like it perfectly captures the chaos of the boys' bathroom, especially when fights happen in the boys' bathroom. So that was the meme that was chosen for the week. We'll add it to the description so you guys can go check it out. But yeah, so yeah, it's been a minute. But today we have some fun topics to talk about. We'll have Hammerhead go first. He has some things he wants to get off his chest.
all right. So I know both of you don't play Genshin Impact.
I started to, and then I stopped after registering.
Yeah, no, I actually kind of did that too when it first came out. But anyways, I know that you guys have played games that have had anniversaries, of course. I know especially you, Mako, because the game that we both play have had multiple anniversaries.
Yeah, in the same year, in fact.
Yeah, and um, I kind of wanted to complain first. So in Genshin, there's a big issue where it's the first anniversary, and if you guys played gotcha games, you know that gotcha games there's a trend where the first anniversary there's a really big reward. Just kind of like if you need gems to summon people, they'll give you like 1,000, so you can do like 10 summons or something like that. And Genshin was having an issue. They weren't really communicating well, so I'll give them that. But there's like they did like a drawing competition for like 100 of these gems, which you need 160 to even do one summon. And the chance rate of getting a 5-star is like 0.3%. And then up till like 50 polls, then it gradually goes higher and higher until 90, you're automatically guaranteed one. But that's a lot. It's a lot. Um, and man, I was so much more emotional when I was talking to Lemon about this like a week and a half ago, because that's when all the drama was happening. But basically, it was really bad rewards. They're giving 10 free polls, but people are like, we should get a guaranteed 5-star, which I think is a little too much, a little too selfish. Um, but like there's been updates that people have been wanting for a long time, like increased stamina, essentially. Well, call it resin and all these other things. And it just seemed like very mediocre response. Um, and people were just bashing on the creators. Like they're sending hate messages to them, even to like some of the voice actors. Not too much, luckily, but some. Um, they review bombed the game on the App Store to a 1-star. It used to be like a 4.7.
Jeez.
Then they even started spraying out to other apps, review bombing them too for some odd reason. Like they weren't even associated with the game. Like, what are you guys doing?
The heck?
Um, but that like all after all this stuff was happening, and they had like this video update, they announced that they're gonna have um some good rewards. They'll give you enough gems to do another 10 pulls, so you basically 20. You get some um costume type things and some okay rewards, some new stories, and I feel like they're doing okay. Um, but there might have been a little too much hype for it. But anyways, the thing I wanted to converse with you guys is, do you feel like nowadays people have been pampered too much, and so they're kind of expecting these amazing rewards for just being there, participation rewards, I guess you could say? Because like this company legally doesn't have any obligation to give you anything for their 1 year anniversary. You know, um, then again, they're also a Chinese company, but we're not going there. Huh.
Mhm.
Like no one's obligated to give you free stuff, even games that you've been playing for a year. But I just kind of want to hear your opinion. Do you think those guys kind of reacted? I mean, obviously not every single player reacted that way, but do you think that's an issue that's happening with people?
I'd say it's probably more of an issue with like gotcha gamers, and especially probably just because they announced they were giving away some big thing for the anniversary. I mean, there's never a call for like death threats or review bombing, but I mean that's just ridiculous. But yeah, um, they probably should have given out more at the beginning. So
Yeah,
that said, like, still, it's like kind of grow up, guys. You know?
Yeah, I kind of say the same thing too. Like, yeah, it's just a game at the end of the day, and like saying death threats and like review bombing to that extent is kind of ridiculous. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like the customers expect or play the game and they expect like certain things when they're not met. Like, of course, the customers are don't have to like continue supporting it, but at the same time, though, you don't have to like go out of your way to like attack the voice actors and stuff like that. You know?
yeah, yeah. Uh,
And
huh. Oh wait, one other thing was Mako you brought up the point of Fire Emblem Heroes, and you were saying that it had such a great reward its first anniversary. Um, and then every once in a while they do like half year anniversaries and all that. But personally, I'll let you share your thoughts on it. But I feel like their rewards have gone less and less each year. This year hasn't been too bad, but some of the previous ones were a lot less than what they did before. But then again, I didn't look it up, so this is just off memory.
yeah, to be honest, I can't really remember what they gave us like last year or the year before, but I still remember being satisfied with it. Like usually it was an opportunity to get a ton of orbs, which is what you use to summon, and a ton of feathers, which you use to promote units. And um, I mean, each year they have a choose your legend deal where you vote for characters from throughout the franchise that you want to be in the game, and then they give them special artwork, and they give you like one of them for free. You get to pick which one you get for free.
Hmm.
So like first year was like Lucina and Ike and Roy, characters that were popular, and yeah, that's always been a lot of fun, and I've really liked that. So just because that in and of itself is really good, I feel like I've never been dissatisfied with it. And this past year has been really good because I feel like gave us uh like cash shop items, like things you normally have to buy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So and then the usual stuff, tons of orbs, tons of feathers, free 5-star, and then out of nowhere, like 3 months later, they said, by the way, we decided to do a year and a half anniversary. So they gave us even more orbs. Like that was awesome. So yeah, with Genshin, well, and comparing that to Genshin and how you described it, that's I can see why people would be kind of irritated by it. But I don't know. Like I said, that doesn't justify that kind of behavior.
So, would you guys say that now? Well, you kind of mentioned it a little bit there, Mako, but would you say gamers in general have been kind of pampered these past few years more than before?
Probably because I mean, what's an example? Oh, the Avengers game. Like, I just started playing it because it's on Game Pass now, so I got it for free. I'm like, I can see the complaints against it; those are valid. But giving it like crapping on it, calling it horrible, and one of the most garbage games ever created, all this stuff, it's like it's not that bad. Like the microtransactions are obnoxious, but they're just for skins. Like you don't need to have them. So that's carried on to other stuff like playing Phoenix. There have been people that have said, "Oh, I don't want to get this game because it looks like there's microtransactions." I'm like, yeah, just if you want to buy some skins, you don't need them to get anywhere in the game. Most of the skins you get for free anyway. So, and then of course, The Last of Us 2. Like, I think we've made fun of that before.
Yeah, we did.
Like, by all the reviews, it actually wasn't a bad game. It's just people didn't like how the story went. I get that. You get connected to a character, and if the story screws them over, that upsets you. But you can still kind of look at what they were going for and say, you know what? The idea they had wasn't bad. It was just, poorly executed.
Yeah, poorly executed.
Kind of like the prequel trilogy, Star Wars.
Well, I feel like it was poorly executed for its time. It's a masterpiece now.
Oh, yeah, because the meme saved it.
It really did save this.
So now, actually, there's been some pushback, like, against sequel haters, too.
I still think it's justified, but that's just more me.
Oh, yeah, like, plenty of people will still, like, I think the majority still agree the sequels weren't very good, but, like, if you just say, oh, the sequels sucked, like, people will get on your case about it.
Yeah, I have a reason for it at least.
Yeah,
I thought
same
they were
here.
okay. They just weren't that good.
Yeah, like, individually, they're all right. It's just taken as a trilogy. It's not very good.
Mhm.
Not, like, unwatchable, but still pretty bad considering how it could have been.
Yeah.
Especially looking at what they did to Finn and Poe. But that's like a whole nother that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, we went back to that topic about gamers being pampered or whatever. I do feel like gamers are harder to please nowadays because you look at all the games they had back in the day, and people are like, "Oh, this is awesome, so great," but yet it wasn't as technically intensive as this nowadays. But yet, I do feel like gamers are expecting a lot more, and I think gamers a lot of times forget all the work that goes into making a video game.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I have a little bit more appreciation for it a bit more now since I've tried. I tried learning how to program, and I tried learning that stuff, and I realized just how tremendously difficult that is to get a computer to do all that. And also, games are just at a bigger scale than they ever have been before. Like, people are expecting way more than ever before. Like, people want to buy a game that's 100 hours long to complete and has multiple endings and you know what I mean? It's just they're expecting a lot, and I think it's good to appreciate it when games do that, but at the same time, they gotta recognize all the work that's being put into the game. All these indie games you can complain about, but how low quality they are, but yet they're being made by 10 people, which is very different compared to being made with a team of 100 people or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of going off that, it kind of reminds me of Overwatch. Like, one of the things that's been peeving me a lot over the last few years is some people have said Overwatch is dead because some streamer stopped playing it, and some other high profile people said, yeah, I haven't played Overwatch in a while. And I'm like, it's not dead. There are still people playing it. It just hit 50 million sales. It's doing pretty well. Calling it dead because you don't feel like playing it is just stupid. What do you want them to do? They come out with new skins every year. They come out with, different events, and they've been trying to put a spin on them each year to keep them interesting. It's I don't understand people that seem to think a game has to always be fun. And if you don't feel like playing the game, then it's because it's bad, not because you yourself as a human being have lost interest in something you've been doing for 3 months.
Yeah. I felt like you had to get more off your chest than I did right there. Okay.
That'd be like watching like all the James Bond movies over and over and over and over again. And then you just say like, oh, James Bond sucks. Not because it's bad, but just because you're bored with it because you're too stupid to go watch something else.
It's a very salt in those words.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's just that's why we have game libraries, people. That's why you buy more than one. What's wrong with you?
Or now, no, you do bring up a point because um, when it definitely comes to those type of games that have focus on online gameplay, um, if you're enjoying it, keep playing it. But if it's starting to get annoying or super frustrating, take a break, play another game for a couple days, and see how you feel. Um, that I you get that burnout, um, but you can't blame your burnout off on other people.
Yeah.
True that. Yeah, another point I wanted to bring up too, I've noticed that the gamers are a very unforgiving group of people. Like if the game comes out as like a bad launch, like even if like the developers fix the game and like fix the bugs and all that, it's still gonna be like trashed for like for forever. It seems like gamers are like it's really hard to get forgiveness from gamers. So
Yeah, it's
Are you thinking of
it's like
uh
which is understandable because like you're spending like generally $60 on a new game and it doesn't work. Like it's kind of like ripping you off in a way, like that makes sense. But at the same time though, like there's also that pressure that people put on, be like, oh, we need the game now, we need it, and people don't realize just how complicated of projects these things are.
yeah.
yeah, that also I feel like comes down to a lack of communication. Like if the producers know it's not going well, you know, you just have to say we need more time. Um, I think it's just a bad rep, like things because like EA and other producers just putting out that half baked stuff and then putting DLC to finish it. So they're trying to just get more money out of it versus they're just pushed to push it out and when they needed more time. Um, it all comes down to that first impression type thing. You don't forget that.
Yeah. Well, and of course, I'm thinking of Cyberpunk as we're talking about that.
Yeah, No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Although the nice thing is that I have seen the reverse. Like No Man's Sky is now turned around and it's actually a successful game, and they just released a new expansion, I think.
Yeah.
And then um, what was the one I was? Oh, the biggest one I've seen was Battlefront 2, EA's Battlefront 2. So it first came out, and there was so much hatred for it, just so much vitriol being spewed everywhere you go, just about the pay to win system and all this stuff. So, and then 2 years later, it's probably one of the most beloved Star Wars games we ever had. And like when they released the final update, there were people saying, "Thank you so much for sticking with this game. Thank you for fixing it. Thank you for, not giving up, not abandoning it, even with all the hate and everything." And yeah, honestly, it's a really good game now.
Yeah. It's just still that like I wish it came out like that mentality.
Yeah, well, and that reminds me of can't remember which one, but Angry Joe came out with some video where they were talking about a game that did that came out unfinished. And one of them made like this really articulate speech where he said, "Look, you cannot keep financially supporting developers that do this, that say, that make promises of, oh, this is going to be out by this date, it's going to be awesome, and then suddenly say, oh, we got to work on it for another 6 months because we didn't do it right." He's like, I am not supporting developers that didn't do their jobs in the first place, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like, it was really well put.
Yeah.
Like, he basically said, stop applauding them for not doing their jobs on time.
I don't know. I feel like people have done really much with it because like with programming and stuff like that, it's really easy to like overestimate stuff like that, or not overestimate, underestimate like how fast you can do it because there's going to be problems that come up along the way. Like we talked about this in my management class once, specifically with like software development. They say it's really easy to like say you'll have it done by like so far 6 months, but yet your mentality is just to like do that. But yeah, I also think it's a part. I think Nintendo does it really well. Like they take their time making games, and like once they release it, it's like really well done.
Who again?
Nintendo.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Nintendo.
Nintendo. Yeah.
I think that's what companies need to do more. They need to stop talking so much until like they know what they're doing. They seem to over like underestimate like the projects they're trying to do. I feel like a lot of it's just managers being like, "Hey guys, just crunch and just might just type faster and fix the problem," versus like actually trying to code it and fix it. So I think that's a bit of it too.
Yeah.
Just like if developers need to like take a step back and not, or if like management needs to like step back and like listen to the programmers and developers and like let them have the time they need to develop it before they start really adding release dates to it. Rather than just like pushing it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing comes out well if you have to push it out, unless it's diarrhea.
Or a baby.
Yeah, that too. All right. All right.
That's quick.
Well, we kind of went off a different topic halfway there, but that was kind of what I want to talk about.
Nice. But thank you, Hammerhead Shark. Mako, would you like to go next?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, really excited this week because they just announced Sora is joining Smash as the final character. So I'm like so psyched for that. Oh, because I mean, you guys know that I grew up with Kingdom Hearts and Super Smash Brothers. So seeing that together is just like a dream come true. And on top of that, it's been such a peaceful, like happy release. There isn't any, oh, I don't know this character. Who's this? Oh, we should have gotten this character instead. Like Sora was one of the most requested characters and has been for years.
Yeah.
So, and he's such a wholesome character. Like having him be the final one seems like just right. And you see that in all these comments, there's people saying, I've never played Kingdom Hearts. I'm never going to. I don't think I'll like it, but I'm really happy about this because it just feels right. And he's actually someone that the people wanted. So the effort they must have gone through to get him, like during the trailer, they show off the Mickey Mouse keychain on the Keyblade. It cost them $400,000 to have that on there for 3 seconds. So, yeah, it's just, I'm so excited. It's great.
Yeah, no, I have another friend that was super excited as well, and it's really cool as well because they're doing like all those different outfits from each of the other games.
Yeah. Well, they've even got a Steamboat Willie one.
Yeah, exactly. And basically, it's the last one, so they're going all out. I love how he's lighter than Isabel. Oh,
Yeah.
that was pretty funny. I'm a little sad
Well,
that.
the trailer.
Oh yeah, go on.
Oh, and the trailer was great. Just the Smash symbol fading out, and everyone turns back to figurines. But then Mario comes back and throws it, and then Sora brings them all back. It's like, yeah, you get what they were going for.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wish Mario died again, but but it was fine otherwise.
Violence is always the answer. Yeah. Sorry, were you gonna add something, Hammer?
What was I gonna? Something about when he came out.
Yeah, I came out of the keyhole.
Yeah, I can't remember. I mean, I just know it was a good trailer. Um, yeah, I'm glad it was him. I wasn't actually expecting it. Um,
Yeah, me neither.
I also have my own hopes. I always wanted Isaac from Golden Sun series because I'm thinking more of the franchise than just the character because I want more people to know about it. It's dead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but uh, other than that, it was good. We'll see how it turns out.
Yeah. Oh, and we have But technically, we kind of have Doom Guy in the game.
Oh yeah, he's a me guy. He's a me character.
Yeah.
There you go, Lemon. You have a character, in Super Smash Brothers that you can play now.
I really do, guys, isn't it?
He's just a costume for your own
I see.
creator. But usually with the costumes, they do give them somewhat their own move sets. Not too much though.
Yeah, and we're wondering if they're going to add any of the music to it as well, because usually you get some music track with them.
Didn't it look like they put in one of the maps is Doom?
Oh, really?
I don't know. That's what it kind of looked like. But then again, I probably need to rewatch the trailer.
Yeah, now he and Isabelle can be best buds in Smash. I'm surprised they didn't reference that during the trailer.
Yeah. Oh well. But,
good.
did you have any? You had another half of your topic, didn't you?
Yeah, that was just a starter course.
Oh, okay.
Appetizer. The main thing I wanted to talk about was the Steam Deck.
Oh yes.
So this morning I suddenly thought of it and decided to look up more on it. Comes out December. There's 3 different kinds. There's a $400 one, like $560 one, and an $800 one. So on each one, like first one has a 64 gigabyte drive. Second one has 500 gigs, stuff like that. And then the more expensive ones get you some special Steam thing. I don't know if it's a frame or a keyboard or whatever. But I know, like, the more I'm reading about it, the more I'm excited, because it's pretty much Steam decided to make a Switch, is what it is. It's a little handheld computer. Like, after it goes on sale, they're going to start selling docks for it that let you hook it up to a TV. Like, they said they made sure that it has the best graphics and processors possible so it can handle AAA games. Because that's like the Switch's one big flaw, is that even though they made sure it had a decent one, it's not enough to handle, like, say, Doom at high quality.
Yeah.
That's why part of why they had to keep porting stuff to the Switch, and they had to lower the graphic and stuff like that. So, can you imagine that, though? Because, like, as much as I love my laptop, it can barely handle, like, Street Fighter V, for example. But having it on a handheld that I can plug into a TV, that would be just,
Yeah.
like, I'm so excited.
Well, I think it's really cool. I'm gonna say though, 64 gigs is not enough space.
Yeah, I mean, you can put in SD cards to expand the storage, like with the Switch.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to, because there's some games that are like 40 gigs
Yeah, like,
or more.
I probably have games that would wipe out the entire storage in one go.
But what about you, Lemon? What do you think?
Sounds interesting. I probably won't. I probably won't get it because I've already got like so much stuff on it already. But yeah, it sounds pretty cool. It sounds like it'd be good to get some more competition in the portable game industry. Because I don't really know
Yeah.
of any other companies that do like handhelds. It's Nintendo. I guess Sony does. They do like the PSP, but that was a while back.
Yeah, and your Sony, I think had 2, the PS Vita, and can't remember the other one.
PSP, the PlayStation Portable.
Yeah, thank you. They did okay. Microsoft, I think, tried one, and no one knows. Let me look that up. Let me look that up very fast.
That sounds about right. Try it once and give up on it when it's not a huge success.
And then Nintendo's has been dominating it since the early 90s, late 80s.
I mean, there are people that still play Game Boy Colors.
Yeah. Oh, I guess Microsoft did not made one. Oh wait, this was on May. says they did unveil one. The Duo, oh, they did. I forgot. It's basically a phone that they're making into a portable gaming system.
And they're working on that right now.
That's what it looks like. It's the Surface
Huh.
Duo smartphone, which would make sense. That's kind of more of Microsoft's realm.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, like with all that, there are some people. It's mostly joking, just like, "Oh, Nintendo better watch out now," stuff like that. But we all know Nintendo's going to be fine. Like their exclusives are too good to leave behind.
yeah, if at most I'll see people emulating on there, um, Nintendo games onto the Steam Deck.
Yeah,
I can see them doing
that's
that.
true. That's true. I hadn't thought of that. You would have to find one though, and I don't know if the Steam Deck would even let you do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just wondering if it probably will since it's Steam, but uh, if it'll have that mod support, because I think that'd be really, really crazy to have a portable mod system.
Oh yeah, because I mean that's part of what makes Steam so popular is the modding community. Like you don't really get that on any of the consoles.
No, not so much.
I mean, the only one I know of is like the Skyrim Legendary Edition that came with mods you could turn on and off.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like, can you imagine playing Left 4 Dead with the mods we have on it on the big screen?
That'd be really fun. Uh,
Yeah,
did, did I show you the K-On mod?
yeah, you did.
Yeah, you just have guitars, and you just beating the crap out of zombies. Well, you do have it in the main game, anyways. But as enemy girls, and then there's the Star Wars one. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah, I have the Star Wars ones.
Oh, you actually got him?
Yeah, I was playing with our other buddy we've had in here before, Leopard Shark. Yeah, I was like running around with lightsabers, cutting down stormtroopers, just having a great time. And he's like, "What are you talking about?" Because I guess the mods only show up on your own screen.
Oh, yes. But still.
Yeah.
Um.
So
Uh-huh.
I think the other thing that Nintendo kind of has is that they've started to make little forays here and there into cloud gaming.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, I mean Microsoft's kind of leading the charge on that because it's like one of the few things they have over Sony. And I've tried it out, and honestly, it like blows me away how good it is. It's just in beta right now, but even with my like mediocre internet, it runs pretty well. Like I can actually play it. So like if Nintendo keeps continuing on with that, then that on top of the exclusives they have, they'll be perfectly fine. I mean, Breath of the Wild 2 was like the main star of this year's E3.
Yeah.
And then or Metroid Dread comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited for how I'm going to pick that up.
Yeah, me too. I almost said Nintendo Droid.
Oh, yeah. Side note, have you been able to play Hunters yet?
Oh, Metroid Prime Hunters?
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister downloaded it to her Wii U. But, once she played through it, she told me it's not really worth playing, like going through.
It's posh. All right.
Yeah, I kind of skipped it. I'm still working on Metroid Prime 2, but there's no way I'm going to get that done in time.
Yeah. I'll let you borrow mine. And okay, anyways, get back on topic. I think I'll wait until the Steam Deck comes out. Well, obviously I have to wait until it comes out. But
Just gonna buy it before it comes out.
say again?
You're just gonna buy it before it comes out.
Yeah. I could pre-order, I guess, but you know what I mean. I think that's a little too much that they're asking for. I don't want
Yeah.
to pay 800 for that type of thing. I'd rather just save up and just get a nice PC.
You also
Yeah,
get like a VR set for that money too.
yeah, that's true.
Wait, do you, or are you saying you could?
You could, yeah.
Oh, yes, exactly. So,
Like,
I much
like
rather
one of
get a
our
VR
buddies, an
set.
Oculus Rift.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying, I'd much rather get a VR set than buy that thing.
mhm.
Yeah, like one of our buddies got an Oculus Rift for like $300 and loved it. So I tried it out. It was great, other than kind of making me nauseous sometimes. Only if you look at the ground while moving.
Mm.
So, yeah, like, oh, that's a good point you brought up, Hammer, because I was kind of thinking the same thing. I'm like, that would be really cool to have, but at the same time, it might be better if I just spend $800 on like a laptop with a good graphics card, because I don't just have Steam on my laptop. I have whatever Blizzard's launcher is called. It's like,
Mhm.
because I play Overwatch more than any of the other computer games I have.
Yeah, but we'll see. Maybe they'll make it a bit more accessible to the poor.
Yeah,
When it
as
comes out.
long as it doesn't catch fire. Like one of the big articles today, well, the one I was reading on that got me interested was it said, please, whatever you do, do not take it apart. Because if you do that and then put it back together, it might catch fire. And they're not even joking. Like it might actually catch fire if you tamper with it.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah. It's like it's not a Steam Deck, it's a Flame Deck.
They're selling hot off the shelves.
Oh wow. Mm,
So, but yeah, that's about it for me. Just kind of general gaming news recently. So,
nice.
oh, actually, one last thing. Did either of you try the Google Stadia?
No,
I didn't try it. Yeah.
Oh, you tried it, Hammer?
no, I didn't. I think.
Or not Hammer, sorry, Lemon.
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh.
Nope.
Yeah, our buddy Leopard tried it, but I don't think he's talked about it since. I don't think it was a big hit. Near as I can tell, it didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah, sadly, since it sounds like cloud gaming's game better.
Oh yeah.
Just too early.
Yeah, it's still developing technology.
Mhm.
Sony's gonna have to jump on that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's it for me.
Nice. Well, thank you, Mako, for that. I'll go next. Um, so I've been thinking a lot about stories that have a lot of world building versus like personality. The reason why I've been thinking about this is because I've been kind of curious. I've been curious about the new Dune movie that's coming out in October. I've been kind of
Oh yeah.
doing some research, and I tried watching the 18th or the one that was made in the 18th or not the 1800s, the 80s.
The 18, way ahead of its time.
Yeah, wait. I was watching. I watched a couple of YouTube videos talking about it, and it sounded really cool. Like a story that I'm really into because I love sci-fi and I love like all these interesting ideas that it covers. However, when I watched the movie, I tried to like read the book. It just felt so dry. Not dry because it takes place on a desert planet, but I don't know. I don't know. It seems to lack personality to me for some reason. Like I don't know what it is. I think the new Dune trailer. I mean, it looks like that the new directors tried to add some more modernness to it, like making the people talk like normal and like make it more relatable. But I don't know. I thought the ideas of Dune are really cool. Like the whole world building, all that's really cool. But I feel like there's not very many characters that make me really care about the story as much. Like the plot sounds really cool too, but yeah. Anyways, you guys can go research Dune if you want. It's an interesting story, but a lot of people say that it inspired Star Wars. That Star Wars is kind of like an easier digestible Dune.
Oh really?
I mean, the only similarity I see now is that it takes place in like a desert planet, Tatooine, Dune, and that there's a lot of like there's an emperor and there's like a whole galactic empire and all that. That's the only similarities I know. But then again, I haven't read the book, or like done a lot of research, but that's just what I've heard so far. It made me think about like what you guys prefer versus would you prefer like a story with really good characters and character development, or would you prefer a story with a lot of world building and plot? Because I feel like Dune does
Hmm.
really well with like the world building and the plot. I mean, it takes like 10,000 years in the future, and like this dude, the Frank Herbert or whatever his name is, he created like a whole. He spent like 5 years creating like the I don't know what you call it. How what's the word like the environment of Dune, like how the whole like the environment, like biology and like all the stuff worked there. And he also created like his own histories. Like he created like his own history of like the galaxy that took place like 10,000 years. He created like a whole history leading up to that point, which is really cool. But at the same time, I don't really care so much because there's not very many characters that actually like grip my attention, you know, versus like Star Wars. Like Star Wars seems much more charming because of the characters and like the character development. It's more of a story about people going through stuff rather than just a story about plot, I guess. Anyways, what do you guys thoughts about that?
So my thoughts are, if you have good characters, you don't really need to world build too much um, for people to enjoy it. But if you do, if you focus a lot on world building, you have to make sure you have good characters, or no one's going to really care. Um, like you brought up Star Wars, um, they barely in the original trilogy and following that, they barely go over the worlds that they're in, other than like one city, a couple towns, and there's like two environments, wet and dry. Um, and that was enough because everyone was focusing on what the characters were doing. Um, and because of that, I feel like more people are interested in the universe of the Star Wars now after they had an interest in the characters. So even though world building sounds like you need it as a base, I feel like having good characters would be a better base than world building. You do the good characters first, and then people will be interested in the world after that. Um, unless I guess you could say the story is based off the world, then I guess you have to have some of that, but that would be kind of specific.
Yeah, I definitely agree. What do you think, Miko?
I think definitely characters too, because I think it's mostly characters we connect to more than places. Like, I feel like it's the characters that make us care about the places and kind of makes sense in real life too. Like, home's just a house unless there's people in it, right? Our families and friends and loved ones. So, like, I think for an example, the two franchises that have the best world building combined with characters that I've seen are Star Wars and Harry Potter. But it's like the Millennium Falcon would have just been another dumpy ship if it weren't for, these characters that we care about going on adventures inside of it. And Hogwarts would have just been a weird, quirky school if it weren't for the fact that, we get introduced to all of its quirks by Harry, Ron, and Hermione, who, we end up loving from the beginning because they're so charming. So, yeah, I feel like you should start with good characters, that you end up caring about. And then because you care about them, you end up caring about the world they inhabit. So, like, I think the world building is what makes stuff like Star Wars and Harry Potter have such longevity. Why we care about them decades down the line.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I thought to mention Harry Potter too because I don't really care about the world building in Harry Potter, but I really liked the characters and like their stories. Like I have a hard time getting into Harry Potter now because I've already like read the story and like I've already got the characters and like I don't really care about learning more about the world, you know, because like I just care about the characters, you know. But,
Yeah.
but yeah, I guess another thing I just thought of when you're talking about that, I think if the world building is relatable too, I could get into it because I think with Dune, it's just so far out there that like it's hard to relate at all to it for me at least. But when I watched The Expanse, a sci-fi show is kind of like a more realistic depiction of like the future a little bit, where like humanity is like divided into like Earth, Mars, and like the Belt. I think I got really into that because it felt like more relatable. Like in the world building felt more relatable and real to me, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. I think world building is cool, but like if you don't have a story with characters to like inhabit that world, then like what's the point of building it? You know, like I'm gonna study history. I might as well study history of the real world versus like some fictional world that someone just made up. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, um, some things that do it well. It's usually mixed. Like they have good characters, and then they have the good environment. Um, and those are kind of like adventure type series or experiences or something like that. Um, where like you care about the character, but since they're adventuring, you kind of have to care about the environment and the world they're at because that's the focus of the character. Um,
Mhm.
and another thing that came up to me, um, where I felt like I actually was able to enjoy the world is similar, but the like Zelda series, for example, um,
Mhm.
because it's reoccurring characters, even if it's not the exact same Zelda and Link and all that. But because I already know them and I already kind of know how they are going to be, I don't really have to focus on it too much, and I can focus on the world that I'm in for that game.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
Like Link will always be brave, Zelda will always be wise, although, there's been different Zeldas over the years, I guess.
yeah. Each
And then Ganon will always
uh,
be a piece of crap.
like each of them will have like their own little quirk, I guess you could say. Um, like the Breath of the Wild Link, it's very deadpanned versus Skyward Sword, you know. But they're generally the same. And going off with Harry Potter, I guess there's always seems to be like a new character in each book, but like you don't have to really focus too much on the main characters because you can't really know how they are, even if they are growing up and all that. And that is a change, but the base you already got that down since book one, and so you kind of can focus on some of more of the environment around them as well.
Yeah, you can focus on like the journey they take you through,
Yeah, so like
I guess.
series is, you can, but like a single or a solo type thing, it's harder.
Yeah. So there's just not as much time to establish world.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of a tricky balance, I guess, because like part of me really likes the world building, but there's another part of me that's like doesn't really care if there's no characters to really make me care. I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about on that. Have any of you guys seen the trailers for Dune at all?
No.
Here and there. Haven't really looked them up because I've never read the book and I've never seen the original, so I'm not really that concerned with it.
Hmm. It does look pretty cool. The CGI and like the visuals look really cool, so I definitely want to check it out. But I tried watching the '80s one. Oh my gosh, it's whack. It's really
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the honest trailer. It looked pretty funky.
whack.
What is it? Whack. Oh yeah, yeah, the one meme. Okay.
Yeah, it's yeah. You guys can.
Oh, yeah, I remember the trailer now because I recognize. I just looked up pictures. I recognize the actors.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's really
That's
weird because I actually remember
fun.
watching it when I was a kid with my parents. And I remember even as a kid thinking this is really bizarre. But like trying to watch it again now, it's like bringing back some memories. And it's like, oh gosh, I forgot the scene existed.
Yeah. Wow, it has some really good actors in it. Okay, sorry.
yeah, we'll see how it goes. I definitely want to go see it just because it looks cool, but we'll see if it turns out good or not.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, that's all I had to say about the subject. You guys have anything else you want to say?
So you guys, it seems like Thursdays are pretty good for you. You too.
Well, it
Yeah,
depends.
it's my day off.
It depends because my work schedule, I get, um, I don't know what my work schedule is until like 2 weeks in advance. But if we do like Thursdays at like 5, I think it should be good.
Okay.
Because I'm working
Okay.
graveyards right now, so I'm available all day. Just need to find time to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
All
good.
right.
We'll see
Well,
if
we'll try
Thursdays.
to. Yeah, we'll try with that schedule, and then try to put these episodes out on weekend, Saturday or Sunday. We'll see.
Yeah, that'd be good. I need to start getting back into drawing. Maybe I could update our cover art for our channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see if we'll get some more uh, things out. But I guess side note really fast. Anyone that listens, feel free to share this with anyone that you feel like interested to listen to our voices. Because I do not have an Instagram anymore. Well, I do. I have a personal one, but I do not have my meme page anymore. So I can't share it to a bunch of people anymore. So there's that. Like and subscribe. Okay, sorry.
Alrighty, peeps. Well, I guess we'll end the call for tonight. We'll try to get back into the swing of things. That has been a little crazy couple of months. All of us have had kind of big changes in our lives, but we're back at it again now. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye.